Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have another week of dinner recipes, so let's get into what I had for dinner this week. So on this night for dinner, we had Kung Pao lentils. This was such a super easy recipe to make. So first off, you want to add some cooking spray into a skillet and add in your red onion. I will have the original recipe link down below as usual. So because I didn't have the peppers that it called for in the recipe, it suggested to use red pepper flakes. So that is what I did. I added some red pepper flakes in there and then saute those up for a little bit. And then I add in 3 tablespoons of roasted peanuts. These are unsalted. And then I added in 3 cloves of minced garlic and just a little squeeze of this squeezed ginger. It calls for 1-inch knob of ginger minced up. So I just kind of stirred that around for about 30 seconds or so just to get the garlic kind of fragrant. And then I added in my vegetables. I meal prepped these so they were ready to go. So in this bowl I have a red bell pepper chopped up, a green pepper chopped up, and an orange or yellow pepper chopped up, as well as some chopped celery. So I just put that in there and just sauteed it up until the veggies were nice and softened. So it took about 4 or 5 minutes or so to get all the veggies softened up. And then I added in my lentils, which again were also pre-cooked. I made those on meal prep day as well. So you want to use 1 1/4 cup of cooked lentils and just stir those in there. Now for the sauce. I had some technical difficulties when I was making the sauce. I made the sauce first so it could thicken up a little bit. And for some reason the footage, it did not record for some reason. So I'm going to show you right here all the ingredients that go into the sauce. And I did make one substitution, and that was, it called for rice wine or dry sherry. I did not have that, so I just used some teriyaki sauce. So right here I'll show you all the ingredients. So you're going to need 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I used low sodium, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of teriyaki sauce, or if you have the dry sherry or rice wine, you can do that. 1 teaspoon of hoisin sauce, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Then I used 2 packets of Truvia. You're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of lime zest, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and then about 3 tablespoons of water, just depending on how thick or thin you want your sauce. I made this ahead of time, let it sit out, and it really thickened up quite a bit. So you're going to want to add your sauce to your veggies and lentils, and then this is done. So you're just going to heat your sauce through, let it thicken up a little bit more. So it took about another 4 minutes or so for the sauce to thicken up. And then as you can see here, I have some brown rice that I also meal prepped. So I have 2/3 of a cup of medium grain brown rice. And this recipe makes 3 servings, so I just did 1/3 of the recipe and put that on top. And oh my gosh, you guys, I know I say this with almost all my dinner recipes, but this one was out of this world. It was so good, so much flavor, so good. You did not even miss the chicken in this recipe at all. If you don't like lentils, I think you still like this recipe because they are not like prominent feature in this dinner recipe. So highly recommend this. Recipe will be in the description box. So for dinner this night, I decided just to do something super simple. So I just made a veggie sandwich and some home fries in the air fryer. So I'm starting off here showing you that I am going to take 5 points worth of golden potato, and I am adding in some onion salt and some 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's, and then I'll just spray it with some avocado spray and put it in my air fryer. And I have an avocado here because I'm going to smash up some avocado to dip them in. And now for my sandwich, I'm using 2 slices of the Dave's Killer bread for 3 smart points, 1 tablespoon of the Hope Original hummus for 1 smart point, adding on some sprouts. These are the spicy clover and radish sprouts, and then I'm going to add on some cucumbers and radishes. And then I also at the end decided to add on a tomato. And here you go, here's the finished product. So there's how crispy the home fries come out of the air fryer with no oil, you guys, so good. So 5 points for those. And then I have my sandwich, which is 4 points, and then I have my smashed up avocado that I'm going to dip my potatoes in, and that is 3 smart points. So for tonight's dinner, I'm making avocado egg toast. So in this bowl, I have 3 points worth of avocado. I'm adding some red pepper flakes and some onion salt to that, and I'm just going to mash it all up. And in this bowl, I have an sourdough English muffin that I toasted up, and I'm just going to spread the avocado on each slice of that. And then I'm adding on some hemp hearts on top of that. Now I'm going to get ready and poach 2 eggs, so I'm just making a little whirlpool and adding in my eggs, and here they are. I'm just going to top them on each slice of the English muffin, and I'm going to top it with some everything but the bagel seasoning. So here is my finished dinner. That is 6 smart points for this dinner, and I do have a side of melon and blueberries as well. So on this night for dinner, I had what is called banana smoothie pancakes. I do have a couple tips I'm going to give you as we go along for this recipe. It's brand new to me. So into a blender cup, I'm adding in 1 cup of rolled oats, and then I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk and 1 ripe banana, and then you want to add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of sugar-free maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then I did a teaspoon of coconut extract, and then about a 1/2 teaspoon or so of cinnamon. So then you are just going to blend this all up, and you're going to let it sit in the bowl to kind of I don't know. I think it's to let the apple cider vinegar and the baking powder kind of activate. But anyway, it just says to let it sit there for a little bit and they'll be fluffier pancakes. And then you just want to make them like regular pancakes. So I just have a skillet here that I sprayed with some cooking spray, and I'm adding a 1/4 cup of the mix. The mix was very, very thick. I really think that it should have needed less oats and more almond milk, and this would have been really good. The flavor on this was amazing, but it was a little bit heavy, and it ended up being 9 points for 3 pancakes, which is a little bit high points. But I think it wouldn't have been as heavy if maybe it probably could have been only a 1/2 cup of oats. I don't know. I'm going to play around with this recipe, and you guys should too, and I will have it linked in the description box. So here is the final product, and I just paired it with 2 scrambled eggs and some blueberries. So thank you for watching another What I Ate for Dinner video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you next week in another video. Bye guys!
I see the light inside your eyes. You make me feel like